Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know I'm late for this review recap, but you know what? I'm here. So let's start. So this is season 10, episode 5 of American Horror Stories, and the episode is called Gaslight, which we see a lot of in this episode. Poor Doris. So we start off the episode with actually Doris giving birth to their baby boy, and Harry's there, you know, not all there. He's distracted by all the blood that he sees in the room. So as soon as Doris gives birth to the baby and the nurses leaves, what does he do? Our boy takes the cart with all the dirty, bloody rags to the restroom, squeezes the life out of them, and drinks that nasty blood, which if you've ever given birth or you know anything about giving birth, you know that that's not just blood. So when I saw that, I was like, ugh, yeah, not good, whatever. So we move on. Finally, when they get the baby home, Doris is automatically like, what are we doing here? Like, what's going on? Like, she's confused because Harry and Alma were supposed to be back in New York, and she was supposed to be in like the same city or town where she gave birth, but instead they were back in the house where, you know, all the attacks happened and all this. So she's just like, what's going on? And Harry lets her know, you know what, we're safe here, we're gonna stay here because, you know, you're not doing so well. And I'm a little confused, like, what is going on with Doris? Like, does she have Lyme disease or what's going on with her? Because she seems like she's just out of it. Then my other thing is, like, I'm concerned about the baby because Alma's over here looking at the baby like if she's gonna eat the baby or something, you know. Next scene that we do see is, what do you know, Alma feeding on the baby at nighttime while her mom's asleep and her dad's who knows where because Harry's never around, just like Austin called him out, or Belle, like, he's just an absent father, right? Like, not that he's a bad father, he's just not there. So she's feeding on this baby, and I'm scared for the baby because I go back to like the second episode where Belle is drinking blood from Mickey, and Mickey's all like tells her, hey, last time you did this, you like, I almost died, because basically she almost drank too much blood. So how does Alma know how much blood to drink from this baby? Like, it's a baby, like, how much blood could he possibly have? Doris sees her snacking on her baby brother, and she's like still like in a bad state. So she falls over, and then we don't know what happens, but we know that the baby's okay because they put the next scene, we see Harry yelling at Alma like, hey, what the hell, like, what are you doing? Like, your mom saw you. And this is where Alma's like, what are we still doing with mom? Like, we don't need her, she's not talented, just saying really ugly things about her mom. And I'm just like Alma, really? Like, the pills brought the worst out of you. Like, you don't even, who do you even love anymore? Like, do you even love your dad? Or is it really because he has some talent and your mom doesn't have talent that you still love him? I think she thinks that if her mom wasn't around, her dad would probably like be okay with it too, maybe, who knows. So I think like her mentality is like, you're not mad at me because I snacked on my brother, you're mad at me because mom caught me snacking on my brother. So that's, I guess, right, Harry? Like, which one is it, Harry? Are you mad because she's snacking or because she got caught? Which one is it, Harry? So then we see Ursula actually in the room where Doris is, and Doris wakes up and like she's freaked out, like, where's my baby? And Ursula like lets her know, like, it's right there, the baby's right there, like, it's fine. And she brings her some soup. What soup does she bring her? She brings her miso soup. So this part's kind of funny to me because Doris is eating the soup, talking to Ursula, like letting her know, like, hey, like, what's going on? And Ursula's like, you should be grateful. Your husband, you know, he's doing like major stuff in his career. I'm doing major stuff for him in his career. And you don't even have to worry about like redecorating this house because you're gonna be like rich. You can just live off of his money. And she's kind of like, no, Harry doesn't write that good. And you know, Doris is like, are you even supportive right now? Like, be on your best behavior because, you know, he's got it and you don't got it. So then she's like still eating her soup, and then she takes a break, and then Ursula's like taking it away, and Doris is like, I'm not finished. Yeah, you are, because you need to start losing those baby pounds. And I'm just like, this is miso soup you're giving her, and she's breastfeeding. Like, girl needs to eat. But yeah, Ursula's the B word, but you know, we love her. Later, we see Alma like coming back to her mom's room and trying to like be all chatty with her mom, but her mom's like doesn't seem to want anything to do with her, and Alma's like trying to give her like these pills, and she realizes like, hey, what's this pill that I don't know about? So she's freaking out because she's thinking, oh, Alma's trying to poison me. The rest of this episode is basically Alma trying to give Doris a pill, a black pill, because she knows that her mom has no talent and she's trying to get rid of her. And poor Doris, like, she's like thinking the worst because she just saw Alma snacking on her brother, and now she thinks that she's trying to kill her. And then on the other side of the story, we have Mickey doing pretty much the same thing to Karen. All throughout this episode, he's trying to get her to take a little black pill too, but his intentions are not like Alma's. He actually wants Karen to be a part of his life. He wants them to be like a power couple in LA, and I'm just like, dang, like, I didn't know that their relationship was so deep. But I'm here for it because I like Karen and I like Mickey, but Mickey's kind of being more like stuck up and acting like he's like a little bit better, but at the same time, like, he's still being sweet to Karen, because like we see him go up to her with his car that the Hollywood producers or the studios or something rented out for him for research purposes. He and Karen are together, and Mickey actually ends up giving Karen a ride to the beach where she's painting again. Like, she's finding her love for painting again. And who comes and disturbs her? Miss Belle Noir. And what does she want? She's basically here to tell Karen, hey, you know, I hear there's a new little bundle of joy in town and I want it. And this really freaks out Karen. So she tells Belle, you know what, I'm not gonna get it for you. And Belle's like, okay, girl, well then I'm gonna have these pale people that are around here eat you, or, you know, kill you, whatever. And this freaks her out, but she sticks to her word. She's like, nope, I'm not getting this baby for you. And then Belle just kind of leaves. She calls her on bullshit. I don't think she believes that Karen's actually sticking up for herself. Karen approaches Mickey and she's like, you know what? You need to help me rescue this baby. This could be my chance to start over. I can get clean and I can raise this baby. And Mickey's like, you know, it doesn't work that way, but he loves her so much, and we see that there, that he decides to help her. Back at Doris's, Alma, Harry's house, again, Alma's being very persistent, shoving the pill in Doris's face, whether it is in a sneaky manner, trying to give it to her among all her other vitamins, or, you know, just confessing to her straight up, like, hey, you want to be great like us, like, you know, Harry and Alma, like me and Daddy, you take this pill, it's gonna make you the best designer. And then Ursula's right there to like back that up, be like, yeah, like Harry and Alma are so great and you could be like them. But I feel like everybody knows that Doris isn't talented, so that she'd most likely turn into a pale creature. And Harry kind of like says it, this pill's not for her. And Alma plays the side where she's, you know, the one that believes in her mom when Harry doesn't. Eventually, she wears her mom down, and Doris takes the pill. We see Harry, Ursula, and Alma leave Doris with the baby to go get something to eat, and this is when Mickey and Karen come to the house to try to take the baby, to save the baby. And I was hoping that they took the baby, because like, come on, like, what's the future here? Doris is gonna turn into a pale creature, Alma's gonna eat the baby, and Harry, come on, like, the guy needs to get it together. Like, what is he gonna be, father of the year all of a sudden? No, I don't think so. I think it's funny when Karen's trying to go like through the front door, and Mickey's like, we have to go through the back, and Karen's like, are you sure? And he's like, I used to be a meth head. It's like, you used to, sir? How long has it been? Like, taking the pill really cleaned you up? But I guess that did. So then they break into the house, and when they're about to take the baby, they run into Doris, who is not looking good, and Karen sees that she's going bald and in transition of turning into a pale person. She freaks out, she runs out. Mickey's left behind, and when Karen's running up the street, it's like all the pale people that are around there, and all of a sudden they're surrounding her, and we think that she's gonna get attacked, but Mickey comes to her rescue, only to tell her, you know what, I'm done with you. Like, take this pill, save your life, and be with me. If not, like, this is your fate. So he basically gives her no choice. So at that moment, Karen decides to take the pill, and she's not happy about it, but she takes it, and she survives from the attack from the pale people. After taking the pill, she goes back to Mickey, and she says she feels terrible, but you know, Mickey tells her, you know what, you just need to feed, so we're gonna go get you fed. And they end up in the beach where she wants to be, to paint her, you know, masterpiece. Karen does snack, but who does she snack on? She snacks on Mickey. She just takes a big chunk of his neck, drinks him up, and just lets him, you know, fall to the ground, draws her masterpiece. And this episode really did go with that Red Tides vibe, because what does she do after doing her masterpiece? She slits both of her wrists, and she walks into the ocean. So we see the bloody water everywhere, and I'm just thinking, like, is this really it, Karen? Is this really it? Because it just shows that Karen is just not willing to be like Belle Noire and all the other like creative minds. You know, she doesn't know at this point if she would have been a pale creature or not. And also I'm thinking, like, what are the side effects of drinking the blood of someone who's taken the pill? Because the pale creatures don't even mess with that blood. So why is that? Karen and Mickey, we'll miss you guys, but hopefully you guys are on the second part of season 10 with Harry and Alma and Doris. We see that Harry comes back to the house just in time, because Doris was about to eat the baby after shaving her hair. He locks her up in the restroom, but then he decides to let her go, and he basically tells her, you know what, I outgrew you. This is the best thing that could have happened to us, because we weren't gonna work out, and you wouldn't have been able to stand to see me with someone elite or something. Like, come on, Harry, like, you're just full of yourself. So they release her, and we see that Alma like has no emotion towards it. She's just cold. She even admits to being the one to give the pill to Doris, because Harry was confused. He was like, why would she take the pill? Like, why? Like, she didn't want to take it. Like, why all of a sudden the change of heart? But Alma, like, clear out says, like, you know what, I gave it to her. And Harry doesn't even like scold her for it or anything. When they see her walking away, he even like hugs Alma, like, we're gonna be okay. Ending of the episode, we find out that Ursula's taking Alma to the chemist, and I'm just like, girl, why are you going to the chemist again? Like, what happened last time? Like, do you think you can convince her to give you more pills for your little boutique now because you're with Alma? I feel like Ursula obviously has something like a game plan, right? And I'm interested to see how the chemist reacts to Alma, because I don't think she's ever tested on a child. So will she want to test on Alma, or will she be like, you know what, this is crazy, I don't want anything to do with it? I'm excited to see what's gonna happen in the next episode, what Alma's role is gonna be. And Doris, they see her in the cemetery eating some kind of animal. I don't know if it's a squirrel, a bunny, whatever it is, and Alma just like walks by, and Ursula's like, ooh, this girl's cold. So that's where we end the episode, and it was a good episode, guys. I felt bad for Doris throughout the whole thing, because everybody was making her like trying to make her seem crazy when she wasn't being crazy. Now she is crazy because she's one of the pale persons. So there you go. So guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I'm going to try to be quicker about posting these reviews, recaps, opinions, but thank you for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already subscribed. Bye.